Hey, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're gonna plug in Gorgar and see what it does. I already got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wires attached to it. One goes to the incorrect soundboard that I have here. One goes to this big fat juicy connector. One goes to this black connector. One goes to ground. One goes to the blue, red, and yellow connector. The other is green and white. And this fat juicy one is blue and goes to white to the board. I have all that plugged in. I have the wrong soundboard, so it does make sound when it wants to. As you can see, Gorgar just does this. Nothing really. See if we can, there we go. I can get some sounds out of it. No talking, because that's the wrong board. I get no talking because that is the wrong board for it. So what I'm going to do now is unplug this game. So we don't need it plugged in. I'm going to unplug all this, and then we're going to get the head up in a decent area where we can work on it a lot better. And we will be right back. Alright, we're going to get some use out of Gorgar's cabinet. And we're going to tilt this down so you can see inside. I have this up on sawhorses right now so you can see what's going on. Now what I'm going to do with my phone is I'm going to take a video of all the connections, so when I take all these out, get them back, and then put them back in, I know exactly where everything goes. However, everything should be keyed. That means if I take a connector out, like this one, you can see right there on the connector, it's blocked off. And you can see on these connectors here that there's opening. So this connector technically should only be able to plug in there. Plus, as you can see, all the wiring is around the game. I can't really take this connector here and plug it in over here or up there. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with my phone. Alright, this pink, orange, and blue one goes right here, and then we have a 2 wire that goes on top of it. Let's get my flashlight to make this a little easier for me. You can see better too. This is black, blue, and red here. These are all blacks and with blue in the middle. This is a orange, brown, black. These are all gray and all black. These are 3 gray that don't go there. As you can see, somebody put the wrong soundboard in here. This is like a brown and a black 2. This is brown with green, brown with orange. That goes on there. Alright, these are purples. This purple one goes here, that one goes there. We can tell by how they're dangled and the way that they're zip tied together. These are blues. This is a 4-pin with blue, tan, and like a black red stripe. This is a single. This is gray and black. These are oranges. It's got 2 openings right there. These are blue with orange. Opening in the middle. Well, a key. These are 3 gray with a key, and then 5. These are all black. These are all multicolor. My flashlight died. And they only can go in one spot because the way that these are bunched in there. These are black and gray. These are all red. These are all black. These are all yellow. And those are all blue. And that's it. Oh, and we get a bunch of whites and greens here. So yeah, that's it. That's about as much as you're going to get out of here. So yeah, I'm done recording with my phone. So now we just start unplugging. That's what you do, you just unplug. This board, it's not going to matter. I'm just going to leave that one plugged in because that board doesn't go in here. I'm going to get a different board for that. Just try to support the board like I'm doing with pulling these out. We don't want to flex the board the wrong way or do any more damage to the board. The more damage you do, the more you're going to pay for. So if you just yank on these and crack your board, you're kind of screwed. And it's going to be a lot harder to repair. Oh, I got some icky right there. I don't think that's bad. I think it's just, yeah, it's just all the paint that blew off those, whatever they are. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera. And then I'm just, well, maybe we'll just start unscrewing these. I don't recommend you use power tools for this, just because if you damage something, you damage something. But that's how the boards come out. I don't recommend you doing that. We got 2 more boards to take out. These screws are getting replaced. I'll put new ones in. So my screwdriver I have here, it's kind of impossible to screw backwards because it's a gyro one. Whatever way I turn my hand, the screwdriver just knows. There we go. And then those are out. And these will just unplug from each other, and I see corrosion already. I see green right here. Right on these, there's green. There's green from there, so there's a little corrosion right in the corner of this machine and possibly right up there too. So yeah, now we got the boards out. And I got them laid out. Now, as you can see, we got this. So yeah, I think I'll just take that out anyways. It's gotta come out. I'll just leave it. It's not gonna hurt anything sitting there. But alright, yeah, The next video we're gonna see is what do you call it? I'll stick that right in here. Next video we'll see is we're gonna get the boards out and reinstalled back into the game. Alright, we got the boards back. Well, this one's upside down, and they are beautiful. I didn't say where I sent them, but I sent them to DR Pinball. He is on Facebook and YouTube. So we got to get these boards in here. I will put a logo up right here so you can see what you're looking for on Facebook and YouTube. But yeah, these boards are delicious. He's professionally rebuilt them all, and they are very nice. This one I did not have for Gorgar. This is the Type 2. I had the Type 1 in Gorgar, so it just made beeps and boops. It didn't do anything. This driver board, he replaced all these. 5 of these. New pins, header, all that good stuff. You need to watch his video. I'm going to put a link in the description too for his video. This one's got a custom Gorgar ROM in it. It's got NV RAM. It's got all the bells and whistles rebuilt on it. I had a little corrosion in here from the batteries, but yeah, we got to get these in and see what he does. How he beeps and boops and Gorgar, all that cool stuff. So I'm gonna get these two snapped together, and then we will be over here to get them in the game. Actually, my chair that is right here, I'm using my GoPro, so I'm gonna have to put my GoPro here and then have it pointed over here. So I'm gonna stop, and then we're gonna get to that. All right, I got the boards pushed together. What I do need to do now is I gotta get screws, wires. I got screws already. I gotta get these wires all out of my way so I can lay the board back down over here. I don't want to mess around with wires being in my way and such and so forth and blah blah blah. Okay. Stay. Alright, let's get this over here. Oh, do 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 do. Do 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 do. I really hate how a lot of times these things just don't line up again for some reason. I've had this happen once before. I don't know how the hell these end up wiggling and not get aligned. You know what I mean? So I think it's just how they were originally soldered together, because they can have a little wiggle in them. So I think if I unloosen these, I can get all these to move just a little bit, so I can get all the screws in. Yeah, there we go. Alright. And I'm putting brand new screws in too. Because, why not? The other ones, you remember we took out, were all cruddy and stuff. So we don't want to reuse them. These are right screws. No, they're not. Son of a... I don't know if I have the right size screws. I'm going to pause this and we're going to be right back. Alright, I guess it pays to have the right screws. I got number 6 by 3/8 and 1/4 inch. And it looks like 1/4 inch is the ticket. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I guess I should maybe invest in some lock washers too. I don't even know if I have enough of them. I do, but I don't have the exact right ones. Ah, crap. I don't want to make 2 videos on this. How many do I need? 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I don't have 18. Not at all. These are like the wrong size. Poop. Well, I can pull 1 screw out at a time and put lock washers on them later. I'll have to get some number 6 lock washers. Yeah, I can put screws in now, I guess. And later on I'll pull 1 screw out, put a lock washer on it, and then put it back. Pull another screw out, put a lock washer on, and put it back. I honestly didn't even think of a lock washer, to tell you the truth. You know, that'd be too prepared. You know what I mean? Oh, shoot, that goes under there. Alright, I forgot I did that once before. It's like a lipper. Something under the boards. They kind of like lock. Yeah, it's right there. There. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I had to do this once before. There. Alright, I didn't have that in the lip. There's like a C channel right in here that board goes into. I remember on Lucky Ace, not Lucky Ace, Lucky 7, I had that same weird issue. This is just lining up like crap. No wonder why there wasn't all these screws in it. How can that not line up? Okay, let's do this. That has no give to it. You're probably just like laughing at me right now. That like has no give in movement to it. All right. So I have lock washers for this. This is going to be the hard one to do. So you know what? We'll use the lock washers on these. These are actually kind of like the wrong lock washers. We got 3 of them. Well, I don't want to dick around with this panel anymore, so I'm just going to put the correct ones in this one. I'm going to take that screw back out. This homie's got to go to the hardware store and get the correct lock washers for the boards. Imagine doing a stick with the board attached, the head attached to the machine. Okay, we still got a little movement, which is good. There's nothing here, no hole there. So we still got a little movement where we can move that around, which is awesome. All right. Maybe if I go to Pinball tonight, that's probably why my phone's blowing up, because they're always talking about having people over for Pinball tonight. Holy crap, this just does not want to line up. I have 2 left. So what I'm going to do is put these screws in the middle of the driver. I'm hoping those will space this thing out good. Good enough just to get it mounted. I didn't tighten those ones down in the middle, but they're not getting tightened down now. Holy suck, holy. Wow, this just sucks. And it's like I got no way of keeping this still, you know? It's like the machine shrunk or something. Like I can't move it. When I do get it moved, it doesn't work. Okay, round 2. Alright, I got a scratch awl. So the scratch awl I'm going to stick into the screw hole so I can hold it kind of where I want it. And I can get the screw, hopefully with the washer, in this hole to hold it where I want it. Get the screw started. We're kind of where I need it to be. There we go. I think it's going in. Yeah. Good. There. Well, look at that. Now they all like line up magically. So yeah, 4 of these screws. Need to get washers on them. I think once I get them lined up and installed, I can put the board screws, that retainer screws, I can tighten all those down. And this is why you find a lot of games that are missing board screws. This is why. Because of this. Because they're hard to put in. Alright. Now I'll tighten them down so they stay. And I will tighten the mounts down. And it's important to have all these screws in too. This is your grounds for your everything. Actually, I'm going to loosen all these. So when I tighten them down, I want it to flex and kind of like go back to normal. Here, now let's loosen these back up. Since everything is loose now, everything is loose. Now, we'll tighten them all back up. These are also these mounts that the boards mount to. Those are also important to be tight because that's how the boards screw onto the mounts screw to the cabinet, which is the ground. So if these are not tight too, you can have all kinds of other issues. Alright. I did a Williams Sorcerer, and that was missing almost all the screws on the board, and that thing hummed like hell. Every time the lights would do their thing, they'd go like like that. And it ended up being that the machine, the boards were like held on with 1 or 2 screws on each board. And most of them were missing. Yes. Alright. I'm not using those. Those can go back. These I need. Hopefully I won't need this again. I need number 6 screws. Alright. I'm still recording, which is good. The reason why I wonder is because these GoPros, they record in high definition, like super high definition. However, they, what do you call it? They overheat and then they turn themselves off, which is like horrible. So I'm like, why be able to record at this, and then if it overheats and shuts itself off? That's what it was doing to me before. I'm like, this is kind of like defeating the purpose of buying this damn camera. You know? Nothing, the thing would shut off on me because it was overheating. And that's like stupid. So, I'm recording in a lower res, but it's still kind of clear. But, you know, whatever. But I need, what do you call it, lock nuts, lock washers. Correct ones. These are number 6 screws. I'm just going to buy a box of them like I normally do. One more. There. Alright, these are all screwed down. We're not putting a head on this machine either. I'm just going to set the machine on the floor, hold the head on the floor next to it, and that's how we'll plug it in. But I have to disconnect and test all the coils on the machine first, because we did have some issues with a few that I know for sure of. Alright, I can plug those in. Alright. Let's get the soundboard, the correct soundboard. Okay, there was no stand for that, apparently. This is an early Gorgar. Okay, the early Gorgars didn't use the soundboard. They used the Type 1. I heard of that. Somebody had told me, because this doesn't have the correct mounts for this board. This is, what do you call it? I have to go look at my things. I'll be right back. I'm going to pause this. Alright, I went ahead and plugged everything in. And I did go to the hardware store and get the lock washers for the boards. I did have to engineer stands for the soundboard because, yeah, I guess that the Gorgar did come with 2 different boards, no speech or speech. You know, I understand why somebody would want something that was technically advanced at the time and not want it. But as we know, operators wanted things that were cheap and made money and got out the door. So that's probably why whoever bought this machine initially did not get the sound. But what I did was I used old wore out pinball plastics stands, the posts, you know, these things. I got a bunch of used ones and I put them in there, and then I just screwed it down. And then I was worried about the grounds because I couldn't put all screws in because there's other screws and stuff in the way. So what I did was I put a ground here, I ran it over, it loops into here, and then that loops to the board. So we did get that done. Everything's plugged in and ready to go. What I have to do is now I have to dig a Gorgar over here, bring it out. I have to open it up first because I have two burnt out pop bumpers that are just totally seized and melted, and I need to check every other coil in there to see if it's not fried or whatever before I can plug it in here. But I think what I'm really going to do is not even bother plugging the solenoids in, and I'll just do what do you call it, GI, because that's all I'm really worried about is, I guess, is GI. It's, well, I guess switches, but we'll see when I get that far. So we're gonna get this down, put off to the side, get that over here and opened up, and I'm gonna look at it, and then I'm gonna stand it back up. Yeah, maybe I'll show you the inside. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I had some phone calls and messages and everything going beep beep beep, and I forgot to show you the cabinet. But anyways, blown, and blown. Slingshot and two pop bumpers are blown. Coils are fried, they're nuked, they're supposed to have orange wrappers on it, but the wrappers are black because the coils are burned up. Magnet's good, and every other both drop target banks are good. So yeah, we'll see. So I don't know how we can do this. We can put you over here. Now I'll flip this up here. Alright, I'll get all these plugged in. Alright, my ground. That's going to be a little issue. I guess we'll take the game and twist the game more than there. Now can you still see? Yeah, I think so. Ground. Okay, good, yeah. Ground's good. Here's the speakers. It goes up to the top right here. Right like that, I believe. Yep, perfect. Can you guys still see? Yeah, okay. All right. That goes plugged in there. Now I rubber band these. See, my phone's just beeping like crazy. Now it goes there. This one goes over here. Like I said, these are plugged and keyed, so I only can go in one way. Alright, that's that. We're all plugged in. let's see what she does. It's alive. I got bad displays. Alright, it is live, it's booted. We got the blinkety blinks. What about sound?
Gorgar, God.
Yeah!
Gorgar, God.
Let's turn this off. And we will reseat the connectors.
Gorgar,
Yeah, Gorgar. We will reseat all these connectors on here to see what's going on. I have no idea if these things work or not. You know what I mean? Yeah, because now they're goofier. And all these can't be burnt out, can they? I'd be worried that all those are burned out. Yeah, because I have no GI at all. None. So let me figure out why I have no GI, and I'll get back to you. All right, here we go. Gorgar is alive. Bid driver board for the displays, and then Amazon fuses. I had 6 amps and a 20 amp. So when I grabbed to put new fuses in, there was a 6 amp in there, and I put a 6 amp in the GI, so that's why the GI is blue. But I did swap out this display first with this one, just to see what was going on. This one has always been out, as you remember in the beginning. And that's a extra driver board I had that had the ball number burned out on it, so you could never see what ball you are on. However, you hit credit button.
Gorgar,
Gorgar speaks. So yeah, she is all up and running, and that is actually as far as we're going on this for right now. I just wanted to get it up and running for the proof that everything works. I knew the boards and everything would work. Excuse me. I was afraid of this and the displays. So I could probably take this display and put it over here and plug that one back in, and we'd have all of them. But yeah, as you can see, this old board I have is missing that digit. But yeah, it coins up, does everything. 2-player, 3-player, 4-player. But yeah, she's alive and kicking and doing exactly what it needs to do. So yeah, go check out DR Pinball and get your boards serviced by him. He can repair these drivers too, from what he had told me. But this is something else that's going to be going on. I just want to swap that one out to make sure that the wiring is good, to see if that one works. And if that one doesn't work, it's going to go in the garbage. And that's about it. So yeah, cool stuff along the bottom here. Give me a thumbs up. Check out DR Pinball on Facebook and YouTube. You can see how he did these boards. The link will be in the description. And I guess, yeah, that's about it. Gorgar's live and got an awesome heartbeat. So take care and later.